Hello, 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 hello everyone. Welcome. Whoever is watching my random stream. Just change this here. I noticed right before I got on the stream that I lost my eraser for the board. Should be here, but it isn't. It really should be here. Anyhow, I do have the markers though. Where is the eraser? Anyhow. Welcome to this nonsense of mine. What is this? I can sort of see it. You have no money? You could say that. Is that supposed to be a dig? Believe me, I'm pretty sure that most people, if they had enough money, they wouldn't be doing anything on the internet whatsoever. Also kind of an odd thing to say. Yeah, I still don't get the the point, the funny part of it. Bye bye, take care. Let's see. Hi. Hi, Miles. How's it going? Still don't know where the eraser is. And I'm still wondering about that dig about no money. Like, am I supposed to feel bad for not having money? I'm pretty sure half the planet have less of what they would like, or more. Less than what they need, actually. I really don't get that. Anyway. So, I don't have the eraser, but don't know where it is. Who knows where I left it? Mermaid. I've drawn a mermaid in the past, but I can try to draw a mermaid after. So last time I was talking about like drawing using boxes. Uh, that way you can see it. So you can draw a circle using that as your framework. And I thought of just giving some ideas as to how to draw anatomy. So you can start anything with a stick figure. Usually it depends on what book you're referring or what school you're following about drawing. But it usually tends to go between 9 heads to measure proportions or 7 heads. It depends. Let's see if I can. That's to the point where the freaking glare is. Oh my god. I know I had the good luck of having Bruce Wayne among us with with that person. So yeah, say so this would be 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is like the exaggerated version of an anatomy. Oh, I guess I could. Doesn't matter. It just changes the proportion. Like, if this is the head. Did I just blank out? I think this would be like the second head would be half of it would be the measurement for the neck, and I'd say like actually the hip would be on this point. Hi. How you doing, Marcus? Miles, Marcus, how's it going? I think I said hi, but so something like that. This is like exaggerated measurements. It's more like heroes that tend to have those proportions. Superheroes and so on. usually you can do fine with just 7 heads of for proportions. So four, wait, 1, 2. What am I doing here? I also have a bad hand right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Kind of the same idea applies, but this is more of a regular measurement that applies to most people. Terrible placement to the example, but have all this space anyway. I still find it really funny, the dude saying, or the person saying, "Oh, you have no money." Yeah, what a shocker. Oh my god. Get out of my sight with your poorness. What the heck? So what? I'm lost. Oh, that somebody. Yeah. Hi, how's it going? Uh, Somebody was saying some nonsense about like that I have no money. Like someone mentioned you have no money, and started digging because of that. I was kind of random, super random. What the? What? Uh, hmm. What is happening? Somebody else wrote something weird. Anyhow, alright, so going back to what I was saying before I got sidetracked by my own brain. And you can start with a stick figure, and an easy way for anyone to divide a human is by, let's say you have that. So usually the hands should, like, this is the low part of the hip. The hand should get like at the maximum, like to here, sort of thing. So Even if it's in a different angle, it should still follow that measurement, that proportion. So once you have the hip, you divide it in half, and that's where your rib cage should be, and you can just represent it like that. And there's actually a lot of people that I saw. I had a teacher that basically um, did heads like smaller. So even if you mess up a little bit, you just exaggerate. Like his whole point was, if you exaggerate the measurement for the legs, and you have a smaller placement for the head, placeholder for the head, you should be fine. Usually, it's easier to proportion. Thank you, appreciate it. And so, yeah, once you have that, as I said, this would be the rib cage. You can add circles to to define the shoulders. Actually, this elbow is too low. It should be a little bit higher. And you divide that line into two. That gives you the the elbow. The leg is kind of the same. Usually the, say, this area. Thank you. This should be longer than the rest of, like, usually this bone is longer. So if you take that into account, you can do something decent. And you can do the same thing here about the circle. You can add circles there. The same teacher I'm talking about, he used to do like that sort of thing for the hip. So it's just a representation of where the hip should be, and it doesn't matter where it is or how is positioned. You can just have that sort of thing for the hip, and it should work just fine. Alright, so once you have that, of course the muscles go over that, because this would be trying to represent the bones. This is not actually the best way to have a really like smooth drawing. The calf maybe for most people. Yeah, I'm lost in translation with that. You mean this right? Hi, Totuger. How's it going? Oh, you mean this? Yeah, this is like for people that are kind of trying to learn the basics, but it all of those proportions change depending on the person. Like for some people, it can be like, I don't know, something like that. It just depends on how uh, the anatomy of that person works. I tend to do like the nine heads because the way I learn is drawing heroes, like superheroes, Marvel superheroes. That's what I used to practice when I was younger. This is really annoying that I don't have. Oh, look, I found it. It just fell on the floor. You look at that. It was right there, and I just couldn't see it. Anyhow, this is not the best example because it looks like sausages, but anyhow, um, it kind of gives you an idea of where everything in regards to anatomy should be. You can break it down into more areas. Yeah, there are different approaches. Um, like there's some people that do just a gesture and then they jump into adding all the rest. So you do like this sort of thing. So actually a good practice is to draw the spine. If you draw the spine, then you can have the rest of the measurements fairly easy. So, yeah, for me, a lot of the times has been drawing stick figures, but the other approach I use, yeah, um, exactly. That would be kind of the one of the other approaches I do, like just focus on the overall shape, sort of say. That's depending on how, like, if you're drawing from life. I'm trying to squint because, yeah, if you haven't tried it, squinting is a great thing to do when drawing. It allows you to just focus on other things rather than. So this is kind of the same idea, but I'm jumping all the steps right to the overall shape of what I want to do. You have to like approach it a little bit different. I tend to draw more boxy, and that's more along the lines of what I do. But there are people that don't draw that way, and I've been trying to practice a little bit of that every now and then. easier said than done. Like if you see the way Da Vinci used to draw, he like all his drawings were really um smooth in the way the shapes intertwined with each other. Erase parts of arms. Yeah, you could do that. It all like it depends on at what stage you're at. If it's something that can be a little bit tricky for someone that is starting, and it's usually tricky, even if you know how to draw, is escorzo. So if you're drawing something in perspective, then you have to think about how all the objects interact with each other. So in those cases, you might want to uh, do more of a structure approach to a drawing. It all depends, really. And add the details on top of what you have. For example, the same goes if you have the opposite. Uh, Harder to see, but an astronaut, yeah, I can. So far, someone requested a mermaid, which would be fitting because it's May. I haven't drawn a mermaid in a while. Now you can see it there, but come on, there you go. Uh, Alright, I ran out of space, so I'm gonna erase this. So yeah, if you wanna draw anatomy, you can, depending on the approach you want to do, you can do 7 heads for proportions or 9 heads, and that would be your base measurement. It's always good to have a reference when you're starting out, and every now and then, even as a professional, is good to have references. Like for example, like I tend to be like against using reference to practice, but for details, it's really good. I draw the face or something, then I smooch it across. I haven't seen that. Might be interesting. I've seen some really awesome artists. Like there's one. I think his name is Chris Barber. Is it Chris Barber? I think that's his name. If I'm not mistaken, he is a tattoo artist that also does oil paintings. And if you see his work, that's freaking amazing work. Like he has done like this portraits of tattoo artists that are like the same face in different poses, and they all intertwine with each other. It's mesmerizing to see because it's like it has realism to it. Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen that, but sounds interesting. All right. So first, straw mermaid. I'm still I'm still having fun with that. Oh, you have no money. Like, you think if I had money, I'd be streaming at 9 p.m. I'd be sleeping. I was gonna go for that. Let's see. Oh, the first was the mermaid. I don't know if I I want to draw it here because I'm going to lose the drawing after that. But it doesn't. It's okay. Hmm. Oh, then go to rest. What? To C904? I'm lost. What? Yeah, I understand that, but I'm still confused as to why. This is not the right proportion. Oh, the here is, yeah, maybe. At this time, I'm basically in automatic. Like, I'm just doing. I'm not thinking that much, really. But you have a point there. Like here, it's just 9 p.m. So they do a classic. The original story is really is rough. Well, there are many stories about mermaids. My thought is that maybe from afar you can kind of show us not being like as half human, but if you get close, it might have. Uh, thank you. It might have some scales, regardless. Are you okay, buddy? I don't know. My dog wasn't feeling that great the other day, so just keeping an eye on him. He seems to be fine, but he's allergic to a bunch of things, which is funny because he's a mutt. Spikes, but where? Like something like that or something? I do have a drawing I made a whole project about deep sea creatures. Okay. What? So on that I had like I'm trying to remember. I when I was studying I had a character that I called the Kraken. It was like a mixture of a lionfish with with human and a bunch of other stuff. So what? You have two pet turtles? I used to have turtles. There you go. A mermaid and the Kraken friend, I guess. I have my moments. Yeah. Have like a creature. Cthulhu. Cthulhu in the background. Of course. I have a Cthulhu illustration somewhere. Anyhow, astronaut. Probably this person is gonna say that they're leaving, but let's gonna try it. You have no money is the funniest dig I've heard. Oh, you have no money. Am I supposed to be insulted by that? What the heck? I did report that person. Oh, what the heck? That was really weird. I'm what makes it funny is that I just imagine the person just like throwing money at people, at random people. Oh, you have no money. Get out of here with that, with your lack of. There's a there's a version of Willy Wonka, uh, and the Chocolate Factory, and the most recent one, I think, where he's like competing against a bunch of lords that have kind of a uh, control over the chocolate production on that town. So one of the characters is really funny because they all have a lot of money because they're the only ones that produce chocolate there. So one of the characters like, ugh, poor people. It was like, what? It was really funny. At the same time, it's like, oh my god, it's incredible. What are you, Isma? I was talking to Isma from uh, I don't know in English, but las locuras del emperador, Emperor's Groove. Oh yeah, the poison to eliminate Cusco. I don't know, it's super funny. That's a really. I feel I should make a T-shirt that says "has no money" and just sell that. Probably I could make some money with it, which which would like rebalance the universe. Ah, that's so funny. You have no money. Get out of my presence. That's insane. Oh my god. Well, I guess thank you for the laugh. It really that really made me laugh. Bow, 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 bow. Boom, 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 boom. I want to. Giant hands. Beep, beep. Dude, that was so good. I'm pretty sure that person cannot be from where I'm from. And if it is, oh, I wish I knew who it was. So I ah, I would have so much fun. Oh, the I have no money T-shirt. That's so that. Now I'm thinking about it, like that. Even if that, like, the message is not there anymore. Well, one of them is, but it is on the stream, so I have proof that it happened. Ah, that's hilarious. I almost feel like I should apologize. I'm sorry that I don't have money for you to feel better. Oh my god. The loser angle. I haven't gotten that one in a while, but it's also kind of funny. Losers. Can you not see that I'm a winner? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. What day is this? You mean date is May 13th. Tuesday. Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. No money. Come on. Come on, man. I think I messed that up here, but what day were you lightly insulted? No, I not on the stream. Like really not on the stream. Like I mean in general. Every now and then you're walking through life and somebody starts speaking nonsense. I guess every now and then it can get to you, but that one, come on. Telling someone you have no money, like, dude, really? Like, I've heard some really hurtful things. That ain't one of them. That's like, oh yeah, you think? You think that Jeff Bezos would be teaching people how to draw on the internet at 10 p.m. at night? Get out of here. Or just drawing. Maybe if he's really into it, but I don't know. Like I know PewDiePie that has a lot of money has been drawing, but I'm pretty sure. Well, I think he doesn't like stream at night. Maybe I'm wrong. If he does, it's because he really wants to. Yeah, I think anyone should charge for their work. But and yeah, anyhow. So there you go. An astronaut as requested. Mm, great question. Um, I don't know. I've been doing this for quite some time. I had to stop for a while because I had a kid recently. So like I think that if you step away from YouTube or social media, like the algorithm starts to mess up, or starts to reduce your reach and so on. So yeah, basically I've been trying to get back at it, and yeah, way easier said than done. But I did had some really good kind of interactions when I started to get the ball rolling. Well, I'm a professional illustrator and CG artist, but like I basically work. So this I've been doing, trying to get monetized, and hopefully at one point I could, but up to this point, uh, yeah, this is this is what I got. Anyhow, yeah. I also produce my own deck of cards that you can find on my channel, and I sell this. I've been selling it for some time. So I produced it out of pocket, and I've been selling it all around. It has been around the globe, South Africa, and I think South Africa, Korea, South Korea, and Germany, the US. I don't know if Canada, if someone in Canada has bought, but across the US for sure. My home country, Venezuela. That's where I've sold a lot of copies, or quite a few copies. And but yeah, it's work basically. It takes work. This is a terrible eraser. It just doesn't work properly. Come on, man. Like if I put enough pressure, the entire table moves. Anyhow, so I'm already past the hour mark. Maybe, but what I can do for sure is add a bit of water. Maybe that works. There you go. I remember what you said. Like that's something that we used to do in school. Super nasty, but it 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 works for the eraser. You can do the same with water. Thank you. No worries. Goodbye. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Alright, so I already passed the hour mark, so I'm going to end the stream. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. I go live Monday through Thursday. I haven't done any drawings besides what I do on the stream. I have to figure that out because the thing I didn't start any other sketches because I'm kind of tired of of drawing on my sketchbook, and it doesn't show up as well as something like this on the stream. So I'm trying to figure that out. Anyway, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you want to check out my illustrated deck of cards, that's on my website, and it can get delivered right to your doorstep. And yeah, likewise, good night. I also have a Redbubble shop where you can find merch with my illustrations in them, and I also have some phone backgrounds that you can find on my website. I'm going to look for my music. There you go. There you go. Until next time. Bye.